Alright, well, we've done the gunless guide. I'm going to do a quick all enemies tutorial for y'all today. We're just going to run through each level, run through the general strategies for beginner to intermediate. Usually they're pretty similar. Most of the strategies are about the same compared if you're a beginner or not. It just depends on how quickly you can get around to it, outside of a couple of levels. So let's begin on tutorial. This level is basically the same for any runner. You're just going to be parkouring across to kill the first enemy, falling off to respawn right over there, grab the boomer, kill all 4 enemies with 1 shot, very easy, and then a boomer jump to the end. So to demonstrate, go ahead and do one of these, jump off of here, has to be on this side specifically, grab boomer, shooting this guy will kill all 4 enemies, and then a boomer jump to the finish. And you can do that as quickly or as slowly as you like, depending on how comfortable you are with it. Now, the only difference, if you're a more advanced runner, is that you'll be pairing this with an edge jump, most likely. If you want to start your run with that, boosted edge jump, jumping into this guy near his shoulder will have you bounce down onto the floor more quickly. Little optimizations you can do, but in general, that's the general strategy. Now you just noticed if I pick up the gun and shoot too quickly, this will be too close to the platform and it will actually collide with the platform instead of shooting out here. You want to make sure you fully grab it and then shoot so that the explosion can properly kill all the enemies in the level. Alright, Sandbox 0. This one is also fairly straightforward. We're basically going to be grabbing the SMG in the middle, killing 2 enemies, grabbing one of the standard pistols from them because it is fully accurate, and using those to kill the rest of the enemies. So if you're familiar with barrel route, just in any percent, it's basically the same thing here. And you can do this basically as quickly or as slowly as you need. One thing to note, essentially, for like if you're a more beginner runner, you can just take this part as quickly as you need, strafe around while you're shooting them, so that they don't accidentally kill you. Just take the time to line this up. He tends to come right around that corner here. This is where he ends up, so you can know to be aiming around there. Then once you're here, you can make sure you line up the barrel. You can even go all the way back here, and then walk over to the edge and shoot him. Very straightforward. That's literally the route used in all runs, because anything else is RNG dependent if you're only using the SMG, and we don't like that here. Alright, now Sandbox 1 is probably the first level. Actually, no. I mean, this is really just going to be the fastest and the easiest way to do it, so you're just been grabbing the boomer gun, of course. We got 3 enemies on this level, actually. We got the one over here, over there, and what some people actually don't realize when it comes to the enemies on this level, there's a 3rd enemy. I've seen submissions where people submit and they don't know this guy exists. He's the most difficult one to reach, but there is a pretty easy and consistent lineup for the boomer shot that I'll show you. So to start, you're basically just starting as you would normally. If you know how to do the boomer jump there, you're just turning, sliding, and then shooting the floor. But once you kill this guy, there's a really easy lineup you can do using the clouds. So you want to be about here and being able to see him. You just want to be shooting around over here. Okay. Looks like I forgot my own lineup. It's higher up here, like up in this section of clouds. Only a little higher. Just kind of depends. There we go. Okay, so it's this section of clouds here. Basically, you want to be kind of spaced in the middle here. If you've gone in a straight line and you shoot here, it's pretty straightforward to just shoot around here. You can shoot a couple at a couple different spots just in this general area. Maybe aim towards more in the middle or not, but basically, yeah, you're lining up with this spot and the general like dark spot of the cloud. and you'll be killing that enemy pretty much every time. As long as you're in this general area, you'll be good. And you can tell if you're far enough along here based on if you can see the cube. Because even if you're over here, it should still work. Yeah. So once you can see the cube here, you know you're far enough along this way. And then as long as you're kind of like halfway in between this orange here and the ledge, that should work just fine. Perfect. So that's the main important part of this one, because after you shoot this one, you know, lay a couple shots. Once you get used to the lineup more, you'll just shoot one shot and then move on. After you get this one, it's literally just a boomer jump, shoot that guy, and then shoot your beats to get to the end. So I'll do it all in one motion here, just to show you. And you can get a good time once you get more efficient at it. But again, all enemies is mostly about making sure you get every kill without dying, and then speeding up the wait time that you spend between each kill. Because you can wait as long as you need to confirm the kill, and once you get more comfortable with it, it'll start moving along very quickly. Now, Sandbox 0, there are no enemies, so just complete it however you like. I don't recommend this one for beginners. This is a high-level runner strat. But yeah, you can complete SV0 however you like, since there are no enemies. I'll leave that to you. Okay, now Escape 0, also pretty straightforward here. To make this as efficient as possible, you're going to want to try to hold at least some speed while b-hopping. But one thing you can do is do the first section with some speed. Once you get into the hallway, you can make sure, like, take a moment to shoot either both enemies, or, you know, if you miss one, and then you can just do a jump through the door and b-hop to the end. Let's show this real quick. You can do that turn there, something like that, and shoot that guy. You can take advantage of the slow motion. Really easy to get a decent time on this level. And you can basically just, only way you go faster on this level is by just continuing the b-hop and just going faster in the beginning, and not stopping at all. Alright, Escape 1. This one is pretty straightforward. This is very straightforward. So if you know how to do Escape 1 at all, you just want to kill this guy, shoot a boomer shot over there. It's pretty forgiving with the spacing, but just make sure you don't shoot too low. So just aim over there. From there, there's two routes that you can do. The beginner route here is literally to just get a boomer shot off here, and a boomer shot here, which kills this guy. Do some wall jumps maybe to... Okay. I'm ruining my groove. But essentially, you can complete this section pretty much however you like. So to try to... Let me simulate this real quick. So if we're going from here... Oh, we just did this. You can jump off the wall and, like, shoot in here. If you shoot, like, in the middle, you'll blow up both enemies because you'll hit the barrels and you'll hit this guy. So that's ideal. If you're not comfortable with that, you can literally just shoot one, shoot the other, and complete the level. Now let me show you just the wall clip route, because that's the more advanced version. So instead of here, just... Okay. Oh, that didn't apparently work. Let's do this again. Kill him, shoot, do a jump, wall clip. You can kill this guy while you're wall clipping. Normally you'd be getting the actual boost there off the wall. Essentially, kind of treating it like a regular wall clip route, if you're familiar with that from any percent. But after this point, jumping off, you can even do this, land closer to this left wall, so that you're a little closer to the milk or the final shots. There's a lot of different ways you can complete the level. There is also a more advanced strat where you actually don't go to the sides at all, you're just going straight through and boost yourself into the milk table to then hit the milk. But you have to time that very precisely, and it's usually an individual level strategy. So with that said, we move to Escape 2. Now, Escape 2, the traditional way that you'll be doing things is basically just going through the level as usual. The only difference is you want to just be high around this corner so that you can land here, crouch kill him, and then just complete the level from there. So just need to get used to, you have a little bit of different speed given that you're not continuing your momentum through the whole level if you're stopping. The only real optimizations there, if you can hit the enemy, again, kind of like in tutorial, where you hit him kind of on his foot or on the side, and you'll basically deflect yourself without stopping, and you'll deflect yourself back off the platform. See if I can demonstrate. It's honestly been a while since I've done this route due to the new, the new strategies that have been found. Okay. Hello, sir. Now, essentially, you'd be trying to run into him and deflect off of him, and then you just continue and finish the run. This basically, you carry more speed if you do that, as opposed to stopping and killing him, but stopping and killing him is just fine. Now, if you know how to do this strategy, you could potentially go over here and get here faster. It really just depends. I think the speed is too much to accurately control in order to get what you want. Like, I have not been able to complete the level with this strategy quite yet, with like a clean attempt, because it's actually just that hard to control that speed and get onto the platform there, as you can see. But if you're crazy enough, you can go for that. Because I guess if you're hovered over the platform at all, you could just grapple the floor. I'm gonna see if I can just demonstrate that. Bear with me. Okay. I'm a little rusty on this. I'm not getting the grapple. Okay. Well, you get my point. You can grapple straight down onto the platform by aiming down if you want to use this strat. I don't know if it saves time if you stop, but it might. So I highly doubt anyone will be using that though. So let's go to Escape 3. Now this one's pretty straightforward. You want to kill this guy for a shotgun. This guy runs out to meet you because he gets alerted. So you just kill with the shotgun, turn the corner, he'll be around here, get a shotgun blast out to him. Now, from here, it's run into the room, shoot this guy, shoot this guy, shoot this guy. This is honestly probably the easiest way to do it, personally. It just avoids having to, manage too much. If it's too much to do the wall trick there, you can just shoot this guy, crouch over, shoot this guy, jump up, and shoot this guy. Because this guy can't kill you, so that's at least pretty easy. Now from this point, it's very straightforward. Break through, shoot the barrels coming into the room, or if you want to, you can go past them and shoot the barrels as you're moving past. Those barrels will kill all the enemies, so you don't even need to worry about killing them. The only issue that you might run into is if you're too slow here, they might start running up to meet you. But as long as you take care of your business in here first, and then just jump through the door here, you should have no issues. Now, as for the setup for if you're going to shoot the barrels after you move past them, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. You can also break door here. It's not really any time loss. But if you go here, jump through the door, you can jump off of the ramp here. That is one way you can do it. And then usually you'll get boosted around a bit, and then you just wall jump around to change your momentum. Very straightforward level. And that's the general strategy. Again, a lot of all enemies is just doing these types of routes faster. They're pretty simple to complete. Nothing too crazy. Now, Sky Zero is actually one of the more difficult levels, given that there's not a lot of space to work with. But I'll try and show a pretty safe strategy here. The main strategy is to jump up and kill one of them. You can kill one, and basically you just have to keep moving. Now, the boomer guy is an issue. So usually, people do something like this, where they... I don't even like this one. Even if you want to, you could literally... Is there a safe way to do this? Who knows? Jump forward into him, go around here. You can like blow up this thing, shoot there. Then you can like use shotgun to get to the end. You can do a lot of different things. The main route that I use, there's a way to manipulate this guy into killing the enemy back here. So what I would do, short jump, uncrouch here, and then go. Normally, so if you do a jump and then uncrouch, it kind of alerts him. I need to get the timing down for this again. You want to be back here, he's a shoot past you, and then you go there. Usually this guy gets killed by the... Why is he not getting killed by that? Unless if you're supposed to kill him. I think so, actually, yeah. Then from there, you'd be trying to land on the platform, or just doing what you can there. That's a bit more of an advanced strategy, but normally people will be doing is like this, that. Hopefully not getting boosted around by boomer guy. If you're having issues with the boomer guy, you can kind of just walk around, strafe around them, and that'll be good. If you don't want to finish the level with shotgun, you can grab the boomer, do a boomer jump, and then just rain down a grenade from above. That's also a pretty straightforward way to complete the level as well. This one will take some practice and time getting used to, but if the boomer guy is causing you any trouble, you might want to just jump up, take care of him first, and then just do that strafing pattern around in order to kill the other two enemies. Important thing is just to keep moving so that you don't die. Alright, Sky 1. Again, this is going to be kind of the same for everyone as well. Just a low crouch jump, jump up here, kill this guy. Now, if you do it correctly, this guy will actually end up shooting himself. Kind of forgetting how to do that. I don't know if you need to go around this way, maybe. I'll have to double check. Potentially. But normally he will actually... He can actually shoot himself if you do this, like that. So once you do that, you just hop up here. A couple ways you can go here. You can do a wall jump onto this platform. And then collect the boomer gun from there. I personally, or if you're a little more advanced, you can do a strafe jump into here, wall ride, and then you'll land right here. And what you can do with this, at this point, if you're more advanced, you can keep that momentum, grab the boomer, and continue into a boomer jump. Otherwise, if you're, you know, not quite as advanced and looking for a simpler strategy, simply do a boomer jump like this, shoot a grenade here, shoot a grenade there, and you can take care of these enemies. If that's too much trouble, you can aim to land over here, and then just like, I don't know, shoot like this, and shoot like that. And you'll kill both of them pretty easily. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. Now from here, a couple ways you can deal with this enemy. You can go for like a lineup. I don't have a really specific one. Maybe around the clouds. Yeah, kind of like around here, looking at the top of the clouds over here. And that should kill that enemy. Another thing you can do, if you're continuing the momentum is to do a jump, shoot them as you're flying by. These enemies, you just shoot the back wall. Very easy to kill there. Let me try and demonstrate the more advanced route here. So even if this guy doesn't die, jump through, kill him there, do a jump. Now if you can space this correctly, you can actually just continue on, and that's actually the main route. And then you just do that, and kill them like that. Again, it's hard to judge kind of what the lineups are like. Just depending on how comfortable you are, you can just take a moment to line up a shot for some of the harder enemies, like that guy on the island. Use the lineup that I showed you before, you know, being a little bit near the edge of the platform-ish, in the middle, and then aim above that cloud section. That's kind of what all enemies boils down to is, you know, if there is a harder enemy to kill, and you can take a time for like a lineup or to confirm it, because a lot of times it's a bit of a run killer if you try to do it too fast, and then, especially in the case of Sky 1, like if you're doing the continuous strat where you're flying past them and shooting him, if you miss that, you're basically losing a good chunk of time because it's very difficult to actually get back outside and then line up the shot without losing a lot of time. So that's Sky 1. Now Sky 2, again, pretty straightforward. If you're more beginner, you can do, you know, your normal strat over to here. You can also just jump into here, potentially, if that's easier. But you can also go around the side. You just, once you get here, it's literally just kill these two, jumps, kill him. Very straightforward. Now, if you're a bit more advanced, if you know how to, well, you can cover the more beginner route again. If you're going to do a jump on the side of the tunnel, you can just jump here, do some jumps, boom, boom, back up here. You can even jump through here because it's a little safer, but again, just it's pretty straightforward. It's just you're kind of running through the level. There's not a whole lot of routing differences outside of a couple levels, but I'll cover the more advanced strategies for Sky 2 if you're interested in learning those. It involves the wall edge jump, so if you don't know how to do that yet, I don't recommend trying these out. First one, actually, they're all going to go through the tunnel. This is the easiest way to do this. This is the first variation. You can get like a 10-second time really easily, or sub 10, with no shotgun involved. Now the way you're jumping off of the tunnel on the inside, you want to be holding your strafe key into the wall and then holding jump, and then you just pull back with your strafe keys. Now another thing you can do, complete the level with shotgun. That's the more advanced strategy, saves about another second. Or more, depending on how quick you are. And if you don't know how to do the shotgun jump itself, that's another any percent strategy, doing those two shotgun boosts. I wouldn't necessarily recommend learning it unless you already know the shotgun route. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to spend much time explaining like how to wall edge jump and how to direct that. I just recommend if you know how to do it, do that route. If you don't know how to do it, do the route I mentioned earlier, where you just go through the level as normal and kill the enemies on your way. Very straightforward here. That pretty much sums it up. All enemies is not a very complex category in terms of the, I don't know, tech involved. It's basically just run and shoot, and then do it faster to get a better time. It's kind of like if you got these skills from any percent that you can carry over, then you'll just generally be faster. So that's kind of all I have to say on all enemies. Best of luck learning the category. It's pretty straightforward, but it's also a lot of fun. So I highly recommend anyone who's interested to play it and submit some runs, because nobody seems to play all enemies, even though it's a very fun category. So, all right then. Thanks for listening, and good luck out there.